Hi, I'm Heather, and I'm the owner of Heathered Yarn Co. And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Heathered Yarn Co.
Hi, I'm Justine Chenel of Justine Chenel Designs, and you can find me everywhere on the internet at Justine Chenel.
And Justine is actually our featured designer during the yarn crawl. We'll have her special pattern featured during the crawl, and she's also going to have a trunk show here with all your patterns.
Pretty much all my patterns, and I wanted to share some of them with you now so you can get like a little sneak peek of what's to come during the crawl, talk about some of the patterns and the yarns I've used, and you can add them to your shopping list.
Wonderful.
So I have, I grabbed some beanies and shawls because honestly those are some of my all-time favorites.
Me too.
So let's start with the Alpine Lakes beanie. So this is the pattern. And it's inspired by where the mountain meets the lakes, which there are so many alpine lakes throughout the Sierra Nevada. And so this one uses two colors. And what's really great is that most of the time, whatever color you choose, there's enough to actually make two in reverse. And it's a DK weight pattern. And if you're new to color work, this is also a great pattern to do.
Yes.
Because it's in the round, which is actually easier to do color work, and it's just two. And of course, then you can do the pom-poms too, if you're into pom-poms. But yeah, you can see here's the lake and the little mountains, the little Alpine Lakes beanie.
I love it.
And this yarn I chose is called Silky Wool. And Heather, you have lots of colors to choose from. You could put different color combos together. And I went for this beautiful kind of dark burgundy with a silver gray for the two in the store, but there's plenty more. And you could even go into your stash for the contrast color if you want to just grab one skein.
Yeah, and DK is such a nice versatile weight.
I love DK.
And there's so many good DK weights that you could use to knit those hats.
Absolutely.
Like I've seen it done out of indie dyed yarn, and it's
with speckles.
Yes. Very fun also.
It is very fun. So that's the Alpine Lakes beanie.
Great. And then I have my favorite Justine Chenel beanie here. This is the Western Slope beanie. Look at that. Look at that beautiful face. So here's the Western Slope beanie. So Justine designed this like beautiful squishy ribbing that,
it's a great ribbing.
I mean, it's a great ribbing. It's not just your basic everyday ribbing. It has a lot more interest to it. And then it has this very beautiful cable on it too. So you knit this sometimes without the cable, right?
Yep. And there's instructions actually in the pattern if you want to do just ribbing all the way around.
So that's like a nice hat for anyone.
And the last beanie I want to share is the Pop and Fizz beanie. So it's inspired from one of our favorite beverages, me and Heather, a glass of rosé. And so it's got these little baubles and that beautiful kind of rosé color. And just a quick fun fact, when you come to the crawl, you can actually also take a picture in front of this beautiful mural because it's right outside of the shop. That's where I took my pictures for the Pop and Fizz beanie. And here it is. And it's also a DK weight, my favorite. And this is Teal Torch Knits DK yarn, and it's beautiful superwash merino. And I chose this color because it's this gorgeous kind of like pink purple, but it's tonal, but it also looks a little bit speckled, which I think this hat looks great in speckles because of the texture of the baubles and how little increases and decreases kind of create these little eyelets. And I don't know what it is about speckles and pom-poms, but I think that's just perfect together. So this is the Pop and Fizz beanie. And again, lots of different kinds of yarns to choose from in the shop to make your own Pop and Fizz beanie. And it just uses one skein of yarn. And so we'll probably have some kits or combos to show you during the crawl as well.
And some of you might remember this hat from last year. This was our featured knitting pattern during last year's Sierra Nevada yarn crawl.
That's right.
Cool.
Do you want to talk about some shawls?
Yeah, here. Yes, I would like to show off the Follow Your Arrow shawl.
I love this one.
Yeah, and if you haven't noticed something about your patterns that I really love is the beautiful photography.
Yep.
And I happen to know that your husband, Dano, does
yes.
all of your photos.
He's my reluctant photographer.
And I don't know. I think it really makes your pattern stand out. And it's all in the Sierra Nevada.
That's right. I mean, our beautiful mountains provide the perfect backdrop for pattern photos. So I take full advantage for sure.
Yeah. Really. And these are like
one?
such nice quality, beautiful patterns too.
Yes. Oh, and while we're talking about that, so these are all, printed on cardstock kind of paper, but they also come with a download code, so you can get the digital copy too.
So then you have it on your device.
Which I personally love.
A lot of people like to work off of a device rather than paper, and then you never lose it.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's look at the
I hope you hold this up.
Follow Your Arrow shawl. So this has garter striped with lace. So you have this beautiful lace work, and then in between you get little breaks. So you have a little garter break, and then once you're, like, oh my gosh, this garter never ends, then you get to the lace. So then you get something a little bit more fun and challenging, then you get garter, and then you get to do some more lace.
And this is a little challenging. It's like an arrowhead stitch, and then the increases here along the edge.
Yeah, this is not a good first shawl.
No, but definitely a good second or third shawl.
Yes, and not, maybe not your first lace project.
Yeah, but it builds your skills, which
it definitely does.
I like to learn something new with almost like every pattern I knit, try something different. So this is a good one for that.
Yeah, and I love the edge on it too. That edging is so beautiful.
Yep.
All right, have you designed any other shawls before?
I sure did.
Oh, okay, great.
I have one last shawl I want to share with everyone. So this is the Emerald Bay shawl, named after Emerald Bay in Lake Tahoe. And this is actually the knit-along shawl. So I'm sure we'll see a lot of you wearing these during the crawl. So this one I designed earlier this summer for that make-along, along with the crochet pattern. So lots of knitters and crocheters working on those together. And this one was fun because Heather and I kind of designed this together. So she designed this beautiful yarn color just for me. And then I paired it with, this is your merino sock base in this beautiful kind of blue with green colors. And then I paired it with Malabrigo Makita, which is one of my all-time favorites. And these two together creates this really interesting texture because you've got the sock yarn, which is multi-plied, and then the Makita is a single ply. And Heather and I both love kind of messing around with textures and combining different things like that.
Yes, because you can put together different textures, and I love the way that different textures look in projects.
Yes.
Like even in sweaters.
And the way this feels.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's deliciously squishy. So this one is definitely beginner friendly. I designed it to, if you haven't done like a lace shawl before, the lace is only one row across and then one row back, and then the rest of it is garter stitch. So it makes it, and you've got yours
too.
So again, you did the same base, but different colors. The Makita and your sock yarn.
Yeah. So
really pretty. And you cast on over here, so it's asymmetrical. And you do this part first, and then you do your garter, and then you get to your lace. Do some of those repeats.
Yeah, it's very fun to knit. And again, you're getting those garter breaks.
Yeah.
And then the stripes do add some interest as well.
I love garter stitch stripes.
Yes.
Like I just kind of wanted to keep going with this part.
Yeah.
So that's the Emerald Bay shawl. And again, you can get the pattern here at Heather Yarn Co. And you can we'll have some kits put together, or you can pick your own colors.
Yeah, I think we should try them on.
Ready?
Right, should we put them on?
Yeah. Oh, we're kind of...
I'm matching mine.
Our outfits kind of go with them.
I'm matching mine today. Got a pink thing going. Here.
There we go. And that's it. So thank you for checking out my designs. And during the crawl, I'll have my trunk show, and I can be here to answer questions or even help pick out colors.
Yes.
And it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, that's another really fun thing that Justine's going to be here during the crawl with her trunk show. And then you can also get her to do some virtual shopping with you, especially if you want to make any of her patterns.
Yeah.
I mean, what's greater than having the designer of a pattern help you pick out yarn for it, right?
Mix colors and textures. So if you can come in store or you can do it online, both works.
Cool.
So look forward to seeing you all.